And so if you are thinking of doing this journey, you do need a thick skin, and you will have to learn how to deal with some negativity, a little bit of hate. So my channel is still pretty small, but you know what? I wouldn't give it up for the world. I'm not making a living off YouTube. In fact, the money is so little, it's almost laughable, but I'm gaining so much in confidence, in life experience, believe it or not, in wisdom and in self-knowledge, that I will continue with this YouTube journey for now, for the foreseeable future, because there is so much you can actually learn about yourself by being on YouTube, that the journey is worth it. My name is Louise, and if you explore my channel, you will see that it's for women over 40. I talk about health and fitness and HRT and perimenopause and some hair products and a little bit of like beauty and things like that. My channel is a bit of a patchwork quilt. It's a little bit random because, well, that's what people are like. And so my channel hasn't seen enormous growth. I didn't grow overnight. It wasn't quick. The revenue I'm making is still around $150 like a month. It's not a lot of money. And so whilst I can't live off the money I'm making from YouTube, and it is not yet a career path, it is a beautiful addition to my life, and it is something that I don't regret, and it is something that I recommend. If you are thinking about starting a YouTube channel, just do it. Now, I've made many mistakes with my channel, and looking back, I could have done things differently, but I didn't. And you know what? Here I am, and I have 4,300 subscribers, which is fantastic. I'm so grateful for them. And I know that sometimes my content may be confusing because I switch around and I jump around, but that's okay. I am learning. And also, I'm offering content that people with diverse interests would have. So it's normal and natural to have a variety of content. And look, I've never followed the rules. I never niched down. I never sort of stuck to a plan. I was pretty consistent with uploading, but I didn't upload twice a week every week or 3 times a week every week. I have jumped around, I have experimented, and that's part of what I've gained from YouTube. I think doing it my way, it may not be a straight line to success, to the top, but I feel I have learned more about my voice. I'm finding my voice, and it's by being on YouTube that I'm learning what I'm really about and what my voice actually is. And I know it sounds weird. What is somebody's voice? But your voice is what you stand for. And I finally realized that what I stand for is live and let live, which is something that has been hard for me to come. It's been hard for me to sort of find the words to say. I never knew, because I would be like, I like that, I like that. I see other YouTubers and I'm like, oh, that what they're doing is cool. I really like her energy. I like her vibe. I like this one and that one. And then I realized that's because I'm a live and let live kind of person. So I may not look like other YouTubers, but I love their content. I may not be a rock and roll Doc Martin wearing kind of girl, but I love people like that. I may not be a raw food, vegan, hippie, earth soul looking chick, but I love content like that. And that's where finally I realized, just because I look a certain way doesn't mean I don't see value in a multitude of people and experiences and things. And that is why my content is a little bit patchworky, because like you, I have a multitude of interests. And by being on YouTube and exploring all these interests and exploring what's in my head and continuously thinking, what content would people like, but what content do I want to make as well? What content is authentic to me? You know, it actually challenges you to think about who you really are. What is important to you? What are you willing to put out there into the world? What do you stand for? And how much are you willing to sell your soul to get money back? And these are important questions. And that is what I've gained from YouTube. Like, I've realized, yes, I would love to collaborate and get sponsors. I would love to collaborate with companies or get sponsorship deals, but I won't do that at the expense of my authenticity. I won't fake it. I won't do anything that just isn't right and real for me. Not that I've done any of those yet. I'm still too small. But I've also gained I've gained a thicker skin by being on YouTube and TikTok as well, and Instagram, but YouTube is my main platform, because you get some harsh comments and you have to learn how to deal with them. And sometimes I reply and sometimes I just ignore them. But you also learn to even love the haters. And that is where this like bigger life lesson comes in, because sure, they are people and they may be going through a difficult time. Maybe they just need to get some anger out. But you learn that. And I'm finally at that point in my small channel growth where I'm getting some kind of negative comments, a little bit nasty. That's fine. I'm happy with that because it is showing me that my channel is growing. And so if you are thinking of doing this journey, you do need a thick skin and you will have to learn how to deal with some negativity, a little bit of hate. You will need to learn or know who you are, what you stand for, what you can offer the world. And that also took me some thinking, because although I'm an artist, to do an art channel requires, I don't know what kind of camera work to show yourself painting, but I had to think, what else am I good at? What else can I offer the world? And then I realized I'm a woman over 40 and there are not many of us on YouTube. There are enough of us, but there are not loads of us. I'm a South African. There are not many of us on YouTube. And so I want to continue putting myself out there because the world needs variety. The world needs many kinds of voices so that we can learn and grow from each other. And I've also learned that I'm not always perfect. And so YouTube is also teaching me that sometimes I say something and then 2 or 3 months later, I think about it and I think, maybe I shouldn't have said it in that way. Maybe I didn't reflect enough on the way I said something. And so I've caught myself not contradicting myself, but in a way, yeah, I suppose you could say I was contradicting myself. Like if I give certain diet advice or fitness advice, and then I realize it might not apply to everyone. And then you have to think about that. And so it's opened up my mind, which is wonderful because I realize that people watching may be very different from me. But I need to think of, when I say something, who is it going to apply to? How will it affect somebody? Maybe what I say could end up inadvertently hurting someone's feelings. And then I have to be careful about that too. And it gets you to think, not that you want to be so careful that you don't say anything. You still have to speak. You have to find your voice. You have to speak up. And that's what YouTube is teaching me. Even as a small channel with just a couple hundred, a couple thousand subscribers, it is giving me this confidence to speak up. And I was a doormat before YouTube. I had no voice. I had no confidence. But with all the support and the love that I have been getting, for the most part, most commenters and most of you guys are so supportive and so loving that it encourages me. It's showing me that the world does need my voice, even though it's a small channel that I have, it will grow. And so if you are thinking of getting onto YouTube, number one, just do it. Just start. What is the harm? The worst that can happen is no one listens, no one watches. Oh well, so what? And the best that can happen is that many people listen and many people watch, and then you're good to go, and then your channel grows. And for me, I'm actually really glad that my channel has grown slowly. It's given me time to catch up because I am shy. I am an introvert. I'm somebody who is very sensitive. And so my skin needed to get thicker slowly. I needed time to grow with my channel. And so all the growth that has happened has been at the right pace. And so I've also learned that there is a pacing to this. And when you, as a creator, are bolder and more ready, things grow, things expand. And so it's this dance. It's this dance with the algorithm. It's this dance with the viewer. It's this dance with yourself. And it's so weird because ultimately I'm sitting mostly often in a room speaking to quote unquote myself, giving ideas, giving advice, sharing my thoughts. And sometimes I wonder who the hell is going to watch? Who's this going to help? Is this even worthwhile doing? And then I get a beautiful response to a video. And then I think, thank God, I'm so glad I carried on. And so what I have gained out of YouTube from having a small channel, it's not monetary, not yet, but I have gained an insight into myself. I have gained an insight into people. I have gained an insight into what confidence really means and what it actually means to find my voice and have a voice. And for that, I'm so grateful. I can honestly say I'm more confident now than I ever was. And as you would have seen in one of my other videos that I posted, I can truly say nowadays that I love myself. And I really believe that self-love journey blossomed because of YouTube. Because putting myself out here constantly into the world, onto the interwebs, as they say, it's scary, and it's sometimes very raw and vulnerable, and you expose yourself. And sometimes the crickets are actually a good thing, because you expose your vulnerability, and there's just crickets, no one watches, and you go, oh, like it really doesn't matter. All these things that you're so worried about, that you twist yourself up in knots over, no one cares. And that is a good thing in a way. What you are so worried about, you think people are going to judge you. What do others think? In the end, no one's watching, no one cares, and that is a good thing. And that helps you and releases you, or at least it has for me. It's released me to I don't give a fuck status, like you in the best way possible. I mean, I give a fuck. I really care about you guys. I really care about women in particular. I'm so passionate about women loving themselves. And that's the other thing that YouTube has taught me, is what my true, true, true passion is, because I have to think every day, what am I really trying to say? And what I'm really trying to say is that all women everywhere, we really need to, we owe it to ourselves to love ourselves as we are right here, right now. You can do the weight loss journey, you can do anti-aging stuff, you can do anything you want to do. I don't judge you. But while you're doing those things, you still need to love yourself, because your body is always changing, especially as a female. We get pregnant, we breastfeed, we gain weight, we lose weight. I mean, for us, aging takes a different toll than it does on men. I mean, men just get a belly and go grey, and society accepts it. For us, it is such a difficult journey to age. And it sounds crazy, but that's another thing that YouTube has helped me see, is that there is this whole community of women out there who are showing us that we can age any way we want to age, and it's actually perfectly okay. And so YouTube gives me back, and I give to you guys. And there are so many beautiful lessons that you cannot put a monetary value on. And that's why I continue daily. Well, I don't always post daily, but I continue daily thinking about videos, practicing, recording. Not every video gets uploaded, but I keep digging deep inside to see what can I offer that's of value, that has meaning, and also that will return some positive viewership to my channel. It's such a beautiful dance. I'm hoping I'm putting into words correctly, but just if you want to start a channel, take the risk. The world needs you, but the world actually really needs your authentic voice. And in the beginning, I kept trying to be the perfect little girl for YouTube, like hair and makeup and everything perfect, which I try and look my best, but I've realized that I can actually come on here without makeup. I can come on here 5 kgs heavier. I can come on here any which way I am, and it's totally okay. It's all acceptable, and people want to see you raw and vulnerable and real. They really, really do. So don't hesitate. If you are thinking of starting a channel, do it. I have gained a lot, and I have no regrets. Absolutely zero. I hope it's also inspired you to just give your favorite creator a lot more love. Drop them those likes and those comments when they ask for it, because they need the validation. They really do. It is actually really hard to be a creator. It is hard to put yourself out here day after day, month after month, and for many of us, year after year, with very, very little growth. So just remember that when you're watching someone, if there is any value you get out of their content, if they make you laugh, if they make you smile, if they make you feel better, if they give you some information, these people are giving you love from the goodness of their hearts. And I'm not saying to feel sorry for them. Obviously, they're enjoying it. It's creative, it's fun, it's beautiful, but it's a give and take. And I really encourage you to just love on your favorite creator as well. I will see you guys in the next video.